Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we have a heartwarming Easter story featuring CEO Tuan and Tieu Hue celebrating a joyful and meaningful day on their beautiful farm. From decorating colorful Easter eggs and enjoying playful moments with the animals, to sharing a peaceful, heartfelt prayer for world peace and happiness. This story is full of love, laughter, and simple joys. Watch as their happiness radiates throughout the farm, reminding us that the true magic of Easter comes from love, connection, and spreading kindness to everyone around us. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more heartwarming stories and joyful moments. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Let's share the love together.
The first rays of sunlight filtered gently through the horizon, casting a golden glow across the sprawling farm. Dew sparkled on the green grass, and the scent of freshly tilled soil mixed with the sweet aroma of blooming flowers, creating a peaceful, almost magical atmosphere. CEO Tuan and Tieu Hue stepped out together, hand in hand, feeling the cool morning breeze brush softly against their skin. The farm was alive with the gentle sounds of nature. Birds chirped melodiously in the trees, a distant rooster crowed proudly, and tiny chicks scurried across the yard, peeping excitedly as if welcoming the special day. Every corner of the farm seemed to hum with life and celebration. Tuan glanced at Hue with a warm smile, seeing the same spark of joy reflected in her eyes. There was something profoundly comforting about the simplicity of this morning, away from the relentless pace of the city, surrounded by open fields, the faint rustle of leaves, and the quiet, steady presence of the animals. Together, they breathed in the crisp air, letting it fill them with a sense of calm and happiness, a rare peace that only moments like this could offer. Hue bent down to pick up a handful of colorful Easter eggs that had been carefully painted the previous evening. Each egg was unique, vibrant, and adorned with playful patterns, representing their shared creativity and care. Tuan laughed softly as a chick jumped near the eggs, causing one to roll slightly across the grass. The two of them chased it together, laughing, their voices echoing warmly through the farmyard. Even the animals seemed to sense the excitement of the day. The goats nudged each other playfully, the ducks quacked in a rhythmic chorus, and the cows watched with gentle curiosity from their pens. Decorating the garden was a joyful, almost meditative activity. Tuan held the ladder steady while Hue climbed up carefully to hang a ribbon-wrapped egg on a low-hanging branch. Sunlight caught the delicate ribbon, making it shimmer like a tiny beacon of happiness. They placed small baskets filled with treats around the yard, nestled in the grass as if hiding little surprises for the morning. Each detail, no matter how small, felt meaningful, like a reflection of their shared life, love, and the happiness that blossomed quietly in these peaceful moments. As they stepped back to admire their work, the farm seemed to glow with color and life, the essence of Easter captured in a single, perfect morning. Tuan reached for Hue's hand again, squeezing it gently, and she responded with a radiant smile. For a brief moment, the outside world, with all its chaos, stress, and responsibilities, felt miles away. Here, on this farm, surrounded by nature, animals, and simple joys, they felt completely free, content, and connected, not just to each other, but to the world around them. This first morning of Easter on the farm was more than just a celebration. It was a reminder of life's small pleasures, the warmth of companionship, and the quiet, enduring happiness that comes from being present. The laughter, the gentle breeze, the sunlight on the... After finishing the cheerful decorations and playful laughter with the animals, Tuan and Tieu Hue moved toward a small wooden altar they had set up at the heart of the garden. The altar was simple yet elegant, a wooden table adorned with freshly picked flowers, a few lit candles, and incense sticks whose gentle smoke curled upward into the morning air. Birds perched nearby as if in silent reverence, and even the gentle sway of the trees seemed to participate in the sacredness of the moment. Both Tuan and Tieu Hue felt an overwhelming sense of calm, a quiet anticipation that this part of the day would connect them not only with each other, but with something much larger than themselves. They knelt side by side, hands clasped together, and closed their eyes. The world around them, the colorful eggs, the playful animals, the warmth of the sun, seemed to fade slightly as they focused inward. In that quiet, Tieu Hue whispered a heartfelt prayer for peace, for love, for health, and for happiness to touch every corner of the world. Tuan echoed her intention silently, feeling each word resonate deep within his soul. It was a moment of pure sincerity, a time when their hearts spoke truths that words alone could not convey. The gentle scent of incense mixed with the fragrance of flowers, and the breeze seemed to carry their prayers far beyond the boundaries of the farm. As they prayed, a profound connection blossomed between them. It was not merely about hope for themselves, it was about wishing well for all humanity. Tuan imagined the countless people in cities, villages, and remote places who might be facing challenges, uncertainty, or sorrow, and he sent them silent wishes for comfort and resilience. Tieu Hue envisioned families reuniting, children laughing, elders finding peace, and communities embracing harmony. The act of prayer became a bridge, a shared intention that connected their hearts to the broader world, as if the very energy of their wishes could ripple outward, touching lives beyond what they could see. Time seemed to slow as they stayed kneeling, allowing their minds and hearts to fully immerse in the moment. Occasionally, a bird's song or the distant lowing of a cow reminded them of the tangible, living world surrounding them, yet these reminders only deepened their sense of unity with nature. They realized that prayer was not just about asking for blessings, but about acknowledging gratitude for life itself, the air they breathed, the land that sustained them, and the love they shared in each other's presence. Every inhale felt like drawing in hope, every exhale like releasing intentions of goodwill into the universe. When their prayers concluded, Tuan and Tieu Hue opened their eyes slowly, gazing around the garden with a new sense of clarity and serenity. The colors of the flowers seemed more vibrant, the sunlight warmer, and the farm itself more alive, as though it had absorbed the positive energy they had poured into it. Their hands remained intertwined, their hearts light yet deeply anchored in the awareness that small gestures, sincere prayers, and shared intentions could contribute to something much larger. In that moment, the joy of Easter was no longer just about celebration or tradition. It was about connection, hope, and the profound understanding. After finishing their heartfelt prayers, Tuan and Tieu Hue slowly rose to their feet, still holding hands, feeling a deep sense of serenity and fulfillment. The morning sun had climbed higher, bathing the farm in warm golden light, making every blade of grass shimmer as if sprinkled with tiny diamonds. They looked around at their handiwork, the colorful Easter eggs, the carefully arranged flowers, and the scattered baskets full of treats, and smiled, knowing that the joy they had nurtured in the garden could ripple outward. The farm itself seemed to mirror their emotions, alive and vibrant, almost as if nature was celebrating alongside them. Hue reached down to gently lift a tiny chick, cradling it carefully in her hands. Tuan laughed softly as one of the mischievous goats nudged him, demanding attention. The simple interactions with the animals filled the space between them with laughter and warmth, reminding them that happiness often resides in the smallest, most ordinary moments. Together, they began a playful Easter egg hunt for the chicks and goats, scattering a few eggs and watching as the animals curiously investigated each colorful surprise.
Their laughter echoed across the fields, mingling with birdsong and the distant lowing of cows, creating a symphony of life and joy. The two shared quiet moments of reflection as well. Standing side by side, Tuan and Tieu watched the sun move slowly across the sky, its light casting long shadows across the rolling hills. Each of them felt the profound truth that happiness is not just about grand gestures or luxurious experiences. It is about presence, gratitude, and the love that can be shared freely with others. In this simple farm setting, surrounded by nature and life, they realized how easy it was to create joy, not only for themselves, but for everything and everyone around them. Their hearts were light, yet deeply anchored in the awareness that even small acts, a kind word, a gentle touch, a shared laugh, can brighten the world in meaningful ways. As the morning turned into early afternoon, Tuan and Tieu sat on a rustic wooden bench under a blossoming tree, watching the animals roam and play. They felt an overwhelming sense of contentment, a rare kind of peace that only comes from being completely in the moment, fully aware of life's simple blessings. Tieu leaned her head on Tuan's shoulder, and he wrapped an arm around her, both of them soaking in the warmth of the sun and the gentle sounds of the farm. Their joy was no longer confined to themselves. It had become part of the environment, a quiet, unspoken force that seemed to radiate outward, touching every corner of the farm. By the time the sun began to dip toward the horizon, painting the sky with hues of pink and orange, Tuan and Tieu felt an undeniable sense of fulfillment. The day's celebration, which began with playful decorations and heartfelt prayers, had transformed into a living testament of love, peace, and shared happiness. Their laughter, their prayers, and the simple acts of care for each other and the animals had created a bubble of joy that extended beyond their hearts. As they packed up their baskets and prepared to leave the garden, they carried with them a renewed hope that the kindness, love, and happiness